Hello Sim friends, my name is Carrie Jessica. Welcome to my channel. I am your friendly neighborhood silver-haired Simmer, the mom in the neighborhood that spends more time on the computer than my kids. That was supposed to be like said smoother, but like whatever, you get the point. I'm always online. We're gonna go into The Sims 4, but instead of playing, we're gonna go over my settings for the MC Command Center first category of settings. So even though it says MC Command Center settings, it's not every category that we're gonna do today. It's just this first one of MCCC settings. Okay. First up, we have autosave. Because I record content for YouTube, I don't have this set, but if I were just playing on my own, you might want this set. That way, if your game crashes, you won't have necessarily lost the 5 hours that you've spent playing The Sims. Let's be real, you know you've done it. That way it'll save like periodically throughout, and you can set it to how often you want that to happen. Gameplay settings. Adopt neglected child. I have that enabled. That way, they don't just get taken away by social services, they actually go somewhere else. And then I have adopt no caregiver. So if the adults in the house are dead, we're not going to have a child living at the house. They're going to be adopted and moved to a different house. Character, values, difficulty, adjustment. I have not changed anything here, but this will make it easier or harder for these certain things. Fame difficulty adjustment. I don't have anything set for this, but I would be willing to. I think for me, I've not really messed around with fame too much, but I want to say that when I did, it was kind of difficult for me to get up the levels in fame. So I could definitely see why someone might want to change this, but if you want to change what it takes to become famous, this is where you would do it at. Game time speed. This one I have changed and I'm so happy. No regrets. The game time default is set to 25. I have moved mine to 40. That means that my day is longer than the normal Sims game, if that makes sense. I should have figured out how to say things before I started this. So my day from wake up to go to bed is just longer than the average from EA. The reason why is I like for my teenagers to go to school. I want them to join a club, but I still want them to be able to like go get some bubble cup tea afterwards. So I want social life too. So if you feel like in your game, it's just very Groundhog Day, like wake up, go to work, have dinner, take a shower, walk the dog, go to bed. Like if you feel like it's just like I'm doing the same things every day, maybe adjust your game time speed and you will have room to either do something different or move along faster, whichever way you want. Maximum household size. I don't change this because 8 Sims is ridiculous. If you watch my Mystical Mother to Cult Baby challenge, that household is often full and there's just so many moving parts. I hate it. So I don't have that change, but I know lots of people do. And if you want to do the 100 baby challenge, I'm pretty sure this is what you would have to do to get it. I've never watched anyone do the 100 baby challenge because that sounds like a nightmare. It's just not what I want. Maximum rename length. This for me is set to default, but it's just really talking about like how long the names can be. The mode of decay. I don't have any of these changed, but this is where you could set how quickly something goes down or up. In fact, I am going to check very quickly to make sure I don't have anything because I feel like my Sims are going from like tired to red exhausted. So here, let's see. That is set to the default. Yeah, all of these are set to the default. I don't know why I feel like it's not working for me though. All right, so those ones I leave alone. And then we have pause on zone. I have this disabled. That's the default for the game. Any of these that I'm not really sure how they impact my game, I just leave them set to the default. I'm not sure what this means. Pause the game each time a new zone is loaded. I don't know. Like, I guess that means like when you get to a location, it would be paused. I don't know. I have it set to the default. Sims die on lot. This has to do with like where the Reaper shows up. So the Reaper will only show up if they are on a lot. If they are wandering the streets, they'll just turn into a ghost. So I'm thinking like in my mind, that's like when they go for a jog. If you die on a jog, maybe Grim's not coming and you're just dead. Skill settings, I don't do anything on these, but you can make your skills more or less difficult. And I have the teleport sim overlap, and I have it to use random aging, meaning a townie isn't going to be a young adult on day 1 of young adultness. They're going to come in at like random ages. Okay, that is what I have for this section. And then, so now we're gonna go down to money settings. This one I love. I feel like this is really helpful. So I have allow child to pay bills. I have that disabled, but just because I don't think, like, I have young kids, well, I have adult kids and younger kids. My 8th grader is not gonna pay the bills. But on the same note, it kind of makes sense if like a teenager could just click on the mailbox and pay the bills. But anyway, I have it disabled, but I could definitely see the ease of having it, you know, where kids can just pay the bills. You can change the apartment bill percent, which I do kind of like. I have mine set to default, but to be honest, like, I don't know how much it would impact the actual money, so I've left it alone. But that would be interesting if you could make apartments a little bit cheaper to live in, maybe. Auto pay bills, self-explanatory. It'll just take the money out of your money to pay bills. I'd like to have that disabled because for some reason I like having them need to like click on the mailbox or the phone or the computer to pay the bills. Mostly because I like the idea that sometimes I forget and then there's a consequence for that. Change bills percent. So I have again set to default, but you can change what the standard like billing is. I have mine set to default. It would be great to just make all the bills less, but you know, feels a little cheaty. Child support percent. I do have this one bumped up. Naturally, the game has a default of a 1. I have changed mine to 3. In my Mystical Mother to Cult Baby Challenge, where we are having babies with all the occult Sims in The Sims, I want all those baby daddies paying some child support. Father Winter is loaded. He can give it up. Inheritance sim type. I really love this setting. So I have it to where everyone, NPCs and played households, they're all like eligible to inherit money from family members. I have it set up, here's the next one. I have it set up to go to a spouse first, and then it gets divided up for the kids. And I like that a lot. It makes me feel like it's like a legacy, truly. You know what I mean? Like, let's build some generational wealth. And everyone pays child support. It is not just my active, it's not just like a married sim. It's like if you are a parent and the child does not live with you, you're paying child support. This category here, I don't have anything changed on it, but if you wanted to change the notifications and all of that, you can do that in here. It can change, like here, phone texts. You can not get the phone call asking to go to festivals, like that kind of stuff. If that annoys you, you can turn that off here. And that's for everything. You cannot be notified or notified all the time. So aging and death notifications, I used to have this one changed and I don't anymore, but I kind of like it. Show age up notifications. We could do this with related to the active household. So that way when cousins or siblings or whatever have a birthday, we get notified of it. I think that would be handy. Let's do that. And then show death notification. Let's do played related to the active household. Let's do that. And then NPC birthday. I don't really care about that. That would be like so overwhelming, I think. And show pet death notifications. I don't need to know that. MC population. Let's see, show empty house notifications or movie notifications. I don't really need to see those. I don't care so much about that. MC pregnancy notifications. That could be good. Show birth notifications. Let's do related to the active household. And marriage notifications. Again, related. I'm pretty much just changing all of these to related. That way we'll know, like, with our extended family. I like that. Okay, so we've changed all of those notifications. And I'm really glad I'm doing this because I want that in my game. Okay, so under the neighborhood story settings, show adoption types. I have it set to the default of none, but I'm going to change this again to the related of active households. So I'll get a notification if someone in our family adopts someone, even though they usually call anyway, but still. Let's see, show career types. A notification when a sim starts a new job. I don't care about that. Death. Yes, let's definitely do related to active household for that. Not that we don't get a phone call for it anyway. Pet adoptions, don't care. Show population types. Oh yeah, I don't want this. This would give you like the notification when sims are moving around. And pregnancy types. Get a notification when a sim becomes pregnant during a neighborhood story. I'm going to say related to active household. I feel like that's, I want to know. You know what I mean? I want to know. Show club monitor notifications. I have this enabled. I don't know what this one does, but I have it enabled. This show notifications, I have this clicked as enabled because that's the default. I'm not really sure on that one either. Again, if I don't get it, I'm gonna skip it. And by the way, if I'm skipping any of these, but you do know like what it has done for your game, let me know for sure. And relationship settings. So we can allow teen parenting. I do have that. I was a teen mom, but I also like for like older siblings to be able to help out with younger ones while also gaining a skill for it. So I have that one enabled. Relationship settings, breakup settings, you can click for them to break up and move out. So I have it set to random. It can be whichever sim, doesn't matter. The couple relationship change percent. I have this set to the default. When I did have this set, I want to say like my couples would just like randomly lose almost all of their romance like over dinner, like nothing was happening and they lost it. So for me, I didn't love this one, but on the same note, like it could definitely create some drama. Move children with breakup. So this specifies whether a sim will be taking their kids with them when they move out because of a breakup. So this would be like your other households. I have it set to 20 because I want it to be somewhat random. Spouse relationship change percent, I have it set to default. Again, I don't know. I like having control over who is getting along with who. The spouse relationship change percent, I have it set to the default because I personally didn't love it when it would just like change automatically. So those are my breakup settings. And bypass played households I have enabled. And the move-in settings. Allow homeless romance move-in is enabled. And move-in ages I have from young adult up. And move-in romance level I've set to sweetheart. You could set it to like you could only move in if you are in like true love. Then you wouldn't have the option to move in. And those are all of my relationships. Let's go down to friendship decay, friendship difficulty. I don't have any of these changed. I keep those the same. Relationship culling, I have it set to the default. And then we have, again, like the romance decaying percentage, like you can change how much they lose and stuff like that. I don't change any of that. That just seems a little more detailed than what I need. And age span duration. This is one that I have changed, and I've changed it a few different times, but I think what I have now works really well for me, and I like it. So I'm only gonna mess with humans. I don't really care so much about the pets' lifespans. And I only personally play on normal lifespan. I mean, I think once I've played on short lifespan. Anyway, I play a normal lifespan. So that's where I have my settings at. So babies are babies for 1 day. Let's see, the default is 2. I have it set to 1 because like who needs babies? And I don't have a category for infants yet. And toddlers, it's EA is normally at 7. I have put mine to 3 because I kind of have made my infant and toddler stages blend into each other because a lot of it is similar, and I love having both of those stages uniquely, but on the same note, I don't want either one of those stages to just drag on. So I have mine set to 3. The default is 7. Same thing with child. My children are children a little bit shorter. 13 days is EAs, mine is 10. And where I have done that, I have like taken those days and put them somewhere else. So my young adult EA is 24, mine is 28. So my young adults have a little bit more time as young adults. And I have changed adults. Normally it's 33, mine's at 35. And my elders, I have changed to 20, even though that's a pretty big jump from the 14 that EA allows. My grandparents were just like never around to see their grandkids unless my sim got pregnant like the day they turned into a young adult. So I've made mine 20 just to kind of like hopefully have more connection with grandparents and I almost said siblings and grandchildren. And there we go. That is everything in the MC Command Center settings. If you want me to do another section, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it, to like walk through what I have mine set at, what I understand, what I don't understand. And if you want to check out the video on how to have Sims pull from your library instead of, I don't know why I pulled, from your library instead of mostly random generated Sims, I have mine set at 50/50. I will put the link to that video somewhere up here. And all right, again, let me know if you want a different let me know if you want more of these. I could go down each category. Super quick videos, easy to do, and I will learn from you guys, so I kind of appreciate that. All right, if you have not yet, do the YouTube things. Like this video, comment, share all of the stuff, and then you could tap on my face over here if you want to subscribe and hang out with me more. I do upload videos about 3 to 4 times a week. I almost said a day. That's ridiculous. I upload videos about 3 to 4 times a week, and I do little tutorials like this every now and then. Sometimes I am showcasing a new save or a let's play, so I'll just put stuff around here that you can click on if you want to hang out with me more. All right, bye.